Hey, what's up, guys? It's world famous. WorldCrew is back in the clan server doing a little event that Paul has titled "The Clan Server is Not Safe Right Now." And what we've done is we've assembled over here at Atlas, which used to be called Birth, and we've invited everybody in this server to join us for a Crimson versus the server event. So this is somewhat typical of what could happen in the clan server. Obviously, this is where team battles are basically allowed. They're part of the rules. If you come into this server, you should definitely expect to be fighting either a team, or you can come in with your team. And also, by the way, make sure you check out our boy Roket's YT. It's a lot of amazing videos on there. But anyway, back to our event. So this is Crimson versus the server. Basically, what you have in the clan server is a place where you can play with your friends. I mean, one of the things that was missing from the previous version of Kaiju Univere was the ability to truly play with your friends. I mean, before you could hang out with them, but if you actually played with them, you were breaking the rules most of the time. I mean, obviously some Kaiju were allowed to team, but most of the stronger Kaiju can't, and so people who've been playing for a little while are probably breaking the rules if they're playing with their friends in the old server. So now they got this clan mode. It's very cool. Right now you can get up to 35 players in it. One day, hopefully you get up to 50. They're going to add some features to it. For example, like you can register the clan, and maybe it'll be like a way to communicate with your clan. But basically, you know, this is a lot like why we started WorldCrew in the first place, because we wanted to play together and do team battles. So, you know, if you check out some of our other videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, we'll choose 2 or even 3 teams. We'll use recolors. We'll get on the VC in our Discord to communicate with each other. We've also had wars with rival clans. So, you know, this clan mode really sets up a lot of cool features that makes Kaiju Univere a lot more enjoyable to play. If you play this game a lot, like some of our guys do, you definitely need something to break up the tediousness of just constantly grinding and maxing a Kaiju. I mean, there's definitely people who, you know, they're trying to max every Kaiju, and then you have other people who've already decided that there's like 4 or 5 Kaiju that they like, they're maxed, and now they're like level 500 or even 1,000 on their favorite Kaiju, and they're, you know, they're incredible players on those, and they're super skilled. But, you know, it gets boring, you know, going from like level 500 to level 600. I mean, it's the same old game normally. This really opens up what's possible. You can basically build your own adventure in this. And if you decide to come into the clan server, you should definitely be ready for a lot of fighting. Every time I've been in this server on my own, I have had to fight the whole time. There's no downtime. The regular servers, a lot of the time, there might only be 1, 2, maybe 5 people in one location, so you kind of have to move around the server to get your fights in, get your XP. In this server, you know, because there's 35 people, most of the time when I go in, it's pretty full. Today there was 30 or 31 when we started. So, you know, the thing about the clan server, which is really, really cool, is you truly can play with your friends. There's not really any rules in here. People shouldn't be complaining about teaming. Definitely do not go into a regular server and play this way, because people are expecting more of a one-on-one experience. And I think it's really cool that the people who do want to have a team experience have a place to do that now, versus before where you had to try to create that in the regular server. What WorldCrew used to do is we would go into an empty server. There might be 1 person in it, for example, and we would quickly at 4 p.m. on a Saturday fill that server up with our guys. We have invited if there's some random people that we don't know, we've invited them to join us, and that's actually what we did in this server. This little event started with us inviting anyone in the server to join us, and we put together Team Crimson. So you can tell our guys are using the Crimson recolor, and we basically just decided, okay, everyone who's Crimson, we're just going to attack anyone who's not Crimson. And that's what we're doing. We're just going through this server, attacking anybody who's not part of our little team. We started off with maybe, there was probably like 6 or 7 of us in the beginning, and really for most of this, it's probably like just 3 or 4 of us. But that's actually enough. 4 guys, I mean, just think about it. 4 guys who are, I mean, it's not that many OP Kaiju. They did just release Manda a few days after we made this video, so that's new, and that's definitely, in my opinion, the strongest Kaiju in KU right now. But I'm sure when they rebalance, they'll make it weak, just like they did with Noctera. So, who knows when or how long that new Manda is going to be OP still. But for right now, most of these Kaiju are kind of mid-level. They seem to. I mean, overall, the options here are much weaker than they used to be. But you can still have a lot of fun, because what I actually like about the relaunch, I know there's a lot of people complaining about it, and I lost like almost 30 max Kaiju, so I was a little bummed like everybody else. But I will say that what I can appreciate about it is it's a really level playing field right now. The guys who've been playing this game for 4 or 5 years, and they got 40, 50 million G cells, their arsenal is not that much better than guys who've just been playing for the last few weeks. I mean, let's say you have a bunch of these current Kaiju maxed. They're not that strong. Most of them are pretty weak. Only a couple of them could handle, let's say, 2 or 3 people teaming on you. They have relatively low health. And, I think if you're kind of a starter or a fairly new player, I mean, this is a really level playing field. It used to be in the old Kaiju universe that somebody who came in was competing with like guys who had, like I said, 30, 40. I mean, we got members in WorldCrew that literally had every single Kaiju except for EX max. So it's like over 60 Kaiju all max. These guys have an incredible arsenal. They have accounted for every single Kaiju they're facing. So if you're kind of a young player, I mean, you basically don't have a chance between the experience that a established player has, but also the advantages they have by having, all max end games, with big HP, do a lot of damage. I mean, you can see why some younger players, some starters would feel like they had to resort to teaming, because they really don't have a chance against Max Destroyer or Max Godzilla Ultima. So I mean, it's not that that's fair or the right way to play, but I can understand how if you just started playing, you would be frustrated, because you're going to get killed a lot in this game if you just started. So this setup that they're doing, and also with these sort of weaker Kaiju being the first ones they're releasing, I kind of can appreciate it. I mean, obviously, like I said, I lost a lot of stuff, but I kind of can appreciate there's a weird fairness to it. I mean, I'm using some pretty weak stuff. I mean, this is me with the Turkey Rodan, and it's a good Kaiju. Don't get me wrong. I love small flyers, but this thing's pretty weak. I'm not going to be able to take a lot of damage, and but that's good. I think that's a good thing. Like, I think doesn't matter if I have 20 something million G cells. I can get killed by guys who have a couple 100,000 G cells. Because this guy's not that strong, and all I have to do is get in one fight and be like at half health, and you have a good chance. I mean, that's how it is. And in this server, I mean, it's the same thing. I've been in this server. I've run into a bunch of guys on the leaderboard in here, and 2 or 3 pretty inexperienced mid-level or low-level Kaiju can take out the best players in the world in this thing. Just I think that's sort of interesting. You definitely need a lot of skill right now to survive, but 2 or 3 people in this server can handle pretty much anything. And so if you come into the clan server, you should be ready to at least encounter some small teams. I mean, like I said, we're just 3 or 4 guys right here, and we are destroying this whole server right now. And this is basically what you should expect. You're going to run into 2 or 3 guys probably anytime you come into the clan mode. They might come in as a clan, or they might have just organized while they got there. I've seen both happen. And the other thing that's really cool about the clan mode is you are going to do a lot more fighting. And at the end of the day, one of the main goals in this game is to get XP and to get your whatever Kaiju you're working on maxed, and also to get G cells. So the more fighting you do, and people always ask, how do you get how do you max kaijus quickly? I mean, most kaiju I can max in 2 to 4 days, depending on if it's an end game. Maybe an end game might take me 5 days. And I'm not killing myself to do that, but I am playing a very efficient style to make that happen. And really what it means is I'm just fighting. I get in the server, I'm not chatting, I'm not hanging out. I know some people come in and they want to hang out and talk and socialize, which is totally cool. But for me, just to maximize my playtime, what I want to do is get in here and pretty much kill as many other players as possible. And that's going to get me, a lot of levels every time I play, every time I log on. So that's really the goal. And in this clan mode, this is the server, from what I can tell since it's got re-released, where you will get into the most amount of fights. You can be in a lot of fights. And actually, believe it or not, some of the best XP you're going to get is from fighting 2 or 3 people. So what I try to do is look for the teamers. I also can appreciate that friends are playing together, and in the clan mode, that is that's typical. And in this server, you can definitely expect it. Nobody can really complain, because what's nice is you're not really taking away from the other players' experiences in here. Like you're not really taking away from other people's enjoyment. Everyone's expecting to get pretty much run into a battle in here. And, if you go into a regular server, people are spawning in, they're expecting mostly one-on-one battles, which is a reasonable expectation. And they're not expecting to be in World War III. But in this clan mode, you can be in World War III. I mean, we were in here, this video is edited down to about 16 minutes, but we were in here for maybe about 30, 40 minutes, and the entire time we're fighting. There's no pauses. We'll sit down, and heal for, 20 seconds. But I mean, you can fight the whole time. I don't think I died in this particular session, which just shows you, how much action you can have. I mean, this is a pretty fun way to enjoy Kaiju Univere with 2 or 3 of your friends. And to be honest, Kaiju Univere needed something like this, because people do want to play games with their friends. And there are other games, there's other options that had a lot more, multiplayer. The way the games are set up, you can really play with your friends more. You can make a team. I think being on a team brings out kind of a more positive side of Kaiju Univere. Obviously, if you're being teamed on, you won't feel that way. So I mean, I guess it goes both ways. But in the clan server, you can pretty much expect to run into a team. So it's not really something you can complain about in the clan server. And I've seen people who came into the server. You can come in as a group of friends, but you can also come in and form a team and make new friends right there, just in that particular play session. So I think it's a really cool feature. It should get even better. They're gonna hopefully make this server go up to 50 players, which will be incredible, because we definitely want to do a lot of our future war games in the clan server. And the idea that we can get that many people, we have enough members to fill that server pretty easily. Normally when we do our other events, we only aim for, we'll fill a server with some of our other events, but if we could get even more people, that would be incredible. Obviously, if we do like a friendly with another clan, that's great, because now we could each get, maybe 10, 15 members, and there could still be some other people in the server, and that, we still can have our war. And also when we do a war in the clan server, we won't be messing up someone else's sort of game experience. See, in the past, when we took over a server, some people would have to like, they'd spawn in and be in the middle of a war. If you check out some of our other videos, you'll actually see there's kids who just ended up on, the old Isla, and there's like a war, there's 20 guys, 19 guys fighting all around them. And the person coming in is like, what the hell is going on? Which is kind of funny, but also, you don't want to spawn in thinking you're just going to play a regular game of Kaiju Univere, and there's like 6 beams hitting you, thinking that you're part of their war game. So it's cool, at least in the clan server, people won't be surprised if that happens. So definitely check out the new clan mode. I think it's really cool that Kaiju Universe is embracing clans now. You know, for years there was kind of a back and forth. You know, a lot of people felt like clans were taking away from the game, and you can understand why people thought that, because if people go into regular servers and play a team mode, and especially if they're playing on kind of innocent civilians in the server, that's not really that cool, you know. Again, we always try to organize our own events, but I can definitely see why some of the clans that have been around have given clans a bad name. And, you know, now there's really no excuse. You shouldn't be in a regular server teaming. You can go into the clan mode if you want to play that style. But it's a very fun way to play Kaiju Universe. And definitely check it out. You know, go in with a few of your friends, join a clan, go in and put a team together that day. But just, you know, go and check it out. It will definitely make the time go by in a more enjoyable way. And, you know, I think it's a really cool feature. One of the better updates of this new revamped Kaiju Universe. Super thanks for checking out this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We really appreciate your support. And don't forget, check out our boy Roket's YT. Amazing videos there too. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.